Namaste, Coven, welcome back to the mat. So for those who are brand new here today, my name is Bethany and I am the Yogi Witch. For those who have come back to the mat with me, welcome my darlings, it is epic to see you. And thank you for joining me for today's brand new flow as we honour the big one, we honour the Sturgeon supermoon. Now this is the final supermoon of 2022 and it's a big one. It is the final full moon really before we start to really move into those autumn months. It is the final full moon of the summer months and it is going to be a supermoon, which means it's going to be bigger and brighter in the sky. So for today's flow, we're going to honour that moon by opening up the heart, opening up the spirit and really kind of getting lost in our movement today. So knowing that we are coming together as a collective coven to inspire, to share energies and to kind of really create a beautiful community online for souls and for like-minded people. So for today's practice, you can grab anything in terms of yoga that might support you, such as blocks or bolsters, straps, anything at all. And for your witchcraft practice, you might grab incense, candles, your favorite crystals, anything at all. Today, I'll be working with a white candle. I'll be working with my chosen crystals and I'll be working with my sage. Most of my magic is going to come through my movement today. So my darlings, you get yourself set up and when you're ready, I will meet you back here so we can flow to honor the supermoon. Okay, my darling, so to begin today's practice, you're going to come into a comfortable seated position on your mat. I'm going to kickstart the flow today by lighting my sage, by starting to cleanse and clear the space on my mat. So if you work with sage or incense, you might choose to light it now. If you don't have any sage near you, that is absolutely fine. As always, know that we come together as a collective coven, so I'm going to be sending this sacred smoke all the way from my mat to yours. Closing the eyes. And starting to concentrate on the breath. Every inhale and every exhale that we take. Clearing our space of any negative energies, anything that's weighing us down or holding us back. Just relaxing those hands to the knees, palms face towards the supermoon, drawing in this gorgeous energy that the full moon brings us, the passion, the kind of fire, the inspiration. As all together, we inhale through the nose and we exhale all the way out, opening this circle and coming together as a collective coven. Keeping that spine long, a long line of energies, aligned chakras, and sending that breath all the way to the base of the belly. So remember, in any form of magical practice, you don't need fancy tools or expensive tools. You don't need to know everything. We're all beginners both on the mat and on our witchcraft journey. But the most important thing that we're bringing to the mat today is our intention. And today for this super moon, you're going to set any intention that you need, any intention that springs to mind that your soul is craving. There's no right or wrong answer, so they can be as big or as small as you want. But setting your intention here in the mind and then sealing it with your breath. As we relax here in our grounding pose for 5 more breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Before all together, we inhale and we exhale. On your next inhale, sweep those arms up and overhead. Left hand find right wrist. We inhale to embrace length. Exhale, wake up the solar plexus chakra and lean over to the left hand side. Beautiful. Inhale, move through center. Right hand finds left wrist. Lean over to the right hand side. Beautiful. Moving into the center. Bend those elbows. Coming into cactus palms. Pull back on the hands. We inhale. Exhale. Curve into the spine. Bring the forearms and the palms to touch. Inhale, open up, mini back bend, cactus arms. And then exhale, bring it to touch. One more time. Inhale, open up that heart, pulling back on the hands. And then exhale, bring the palms, bring the forearms to touch. Before relaxing the hands down to the knees, curve into the spine. Inhale. And then exhale, let's begin to take some movements over those knees, so arching the spine as you move over the knees and curving it as you move back. Beautiful. Moving and taking them in one direction. Move and take it in the other. Beautiful. Before we move the body back to center, send those feet forwards. And from here, we're going to roll the shoulders away from the neck. Draw the knees close, and we're going to lift briefly into our boat pose here. Again, wake up that solar plexus, holding 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross the ankles, roll over those knees, and let's make our way into our tabletop position. And from our tabletop, we're going to spread those fingers, stacking the knees above the wrist, tuck the toes under, and you're going to close the eyes. Today, instead of taking maybe some more stagnant cat-cow movements, we're going to take freedom of movement in that spine. So moving that body any way that feels good to you. Maybe matching it to the rhythm of any music you perhaps have playing. Maybe just tuning in to what that body is craving. Not feeling embarrassed on what the body is needing. Taking any movements that feels good to you. Beautiful. Before we wiggle that way back into our tabletop position, tuck the toes under, and let's make our way to downward facing dog, keeping that strength going. Remember, we're honouring the supermoon today. That's where we're getting our energy from. You're going to follow me by rolling into the shoulders. Press off those tippy toes. Drop the hips, squeeze the heels close into upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, send those hip bones back to the sky. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. 2 more times. Inhale, roll into the shoulders. Drop the hips, make your way to upward facing dog. Exhale to bend the knees, sweep those hip bones back to the sky, down dog. Final time, we roll into those shoulders, drop the hips, upward facing dog. And then bend the knees, hip bones come to the sky. Down dog. Now you can find movement in your down dog, pedaling one leg, pedaling another, or you can find stillness. But wherever you choose to be, we're going to hold it for 5 breaths. In through the nose and out through the nose. Tucking that last rib in, sending the hip bones high. Holding 3, 2, and 1. Bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, we send that right leg nice and high to the sky. Point the toes. Exhale, draw this knee to the chest and step between the thumbs. Keep the back leg up. We inhale, find our way all the way into high lunge. Exhale to bend those elbows to the side, taking a little bit of movement here. On our inhale, we're going to extend that front leg. Bring the palms overhead to touch. Exhale, bend back into high lunge, adding those cactus arms. 2 more times. Inhale, extend the legs. Sweep those arms overhead. Exhale, high lunge. 1 more time. Inhale, hands come high. Exhale, hands come to touch. This time, we're going to lower that back knee down. Walk that front leg forward 1 centimetre or 2. Now you can sink into those hips, maybe relaxing the hands to the knees if this is where your energy is lying today. Or you can explore half camel with me by extending that front leg. Left hand moves down to find the left heel. And we send that right arm up and overhead. Squaring the hips to the sky, holding 3. Holding 2. Beautiful. And 1. Send the right hand forward, bend into that front knee. Inhale, untuck the back toes into our high lunge. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Lift that front foot and find your half split here. Gorgeous movement. Inhale, bend back into that front knee. Relax the hands to the mat. Bend the back leg. Right hand finds that left foot into bound lizard. Holding for 3, for 2, and 1. Relax the right leg down. Or the left leg, sorry. Right hand comes to the mat. Lift the leg up and step all the way forwards into a forward fold here. Finding the elbows and taking a gentle rock from side to side. On your inhale, open the heart, gaze forwards. Beautiful. Exhale, plant the hands down. Step back 1 leg, step back another. Make your way through your vinyasa. Press off the toes, bend the elbows, lower all the way down. Inhale, find length in your upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hip bones to the sky, down dog. Beautiful, rooting through the fingers and toes before we bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, send left leg to the sky. Exhale, draw that knee to the chest and find your way into that high lunge. Sweep those arms up and overhead here. Inhale. Beautiful. This time on your exhale, going to bend those elbows back into cactus arms. Open up that heart. Oh, that light is bright. Inhale, extend the legs, balancing on those back tippy toes. Hands find prayer overhead. Exhale, bend back into cactus arms. 2 more times. Inhale, sweep the hands high. Exhale, cactus arms. Whoop. Inhale, sweep those arms high. Exhale to cactus arms. Yes, my darlings, take as much movement as you like, but with control, we lower that back knee down. Walk that front foot forward. Remember, stay here in a modified dragon pose, or extend the front leg. Right hand finds the right heel, and we lift that left arm up and overhead. Half camel pose, a beautiful back bend here, holding for 3, for 2, for 1. Send left hand forward, bend into that front knee. Yes. On your inhale, sweep those arms back to the sky, low lunge. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Extend the front leg, half split. Inhale, bend back into that front knee, release the hands to the mat. Frame the front foot, right hand stays down, bend the back leg. Left hand reaches round to find right foot, bound lizard, holding 3, holding 2, and 1. Release left hand down this time, lift the back leg up, step all the way forwards. On your inhale, gonna open the chest. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back to plank, and take your vinyasa. Inhale, find upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes under, back to downward facing dog. This time, we bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, send right leg to the sky. Exhale, draw the knee to the chest, step between the thumbs. This back leg is going to step about halfway along your mat, bringing the heels aligned and taking the right toes off to a 45-degree angle. Bend into that front knee, square the hips off, and let's make our way to warrior 1. Bring the hands to touch. Inhale, sweep those arms up and overhead, squaring these hips off. Exhale, extend the front leg, embracing the wobbles, and then find your way to pyramid pose here. Option to find the elbows behind the back. Holding 3, holding 2. On your 1, we're going to bend into that front knee using any blocks that you need, but the right hand's going to float forward, lift the back leg up, and we're going to square the hips off, so stacking left hip on top of the right, pulling back on the left shoulder, embracing the wobbles. No shame on my wobble game here. And then we find our way to our half moon pose. Holding 3, holding 2, and 1. Bend into that front knee, step back with that left leg, immediately find your way to reverse warrior. Ooh. Embracing that heat of this supermoon flow. Inhale. Exhale, bend right elbow, right knee, pull the left arm overhead. Before we relax the left hand to the mat, pivot on the back tippy toes, pull that right arm to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hands to the mat, step all the way forwards. Finding your way into your forward fold. Find the elbows, relax the body. On your inhale, halfway lift. Yes, exhale, plant the hands down, beautiful coven, step back to plank and take your vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, hip bones back to the sky, bring the big toes to touch. Remembering to pause this flow at any point if you need a little bit of a break, my darlings. This is your practice, this is your energy. If you're still going with me, bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, left leg floats to the sky. Exhale, draw the knee to the chest, step between the thumbs. And we step that back foot off for a 45-degree angle, taking our warrior 1 stance to the other side. Square the hips off, hands come to touch. Inhale, float them nice and high, pulling, God, I'm so wobbly today. Pulling on that left hip, bending into the front knee. Sweep those arms up and overhead, dropping the gaze back to the thumbs. Inhale. Exhale, extend the front leg and forward fold to your pyramid pose, as if you're bringing the top of the head all the way to the knee. Inhale. Yes, exhale, bend into that front knee. Left hand come forward. We lift the back leg up, stacking one hip on top of the other. And pull the right arm to the sky. Half moon, darlings. Yes. Using any support here. Walls, a loved one, blocks. But know that you have got this. Come together as the coven for 3, for 2, and 1. Bend back into that front knee. Step to reverse warrior. Right hand down, right leg. Left arm floats up and overhead. Inhale. Exhale, bend left elbow, left knee. Right arm floats up and overhead. Side angle. Inhale. Exhale. Float right hand to the mat. Pivot on the back tippy toes and pull the left arm to the sky. Gorgeous twist here, keeping that back leg strong. Before we place the left hand to the mat, step all the way forward, bend the knees and just forward fold here. On your inhale, we halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back one leg, step back another, and take your vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, check in with that child's pose, bring the big toes to touch, and settle hips to heels, relax the body down. Keeping those palms flipped up towards the supermoon, harness the energy, the magic, harnessing the absolute beautiful, beautiful inspiration of everyone that's come to mat today as a collective coven. This is a short, sweet but soulful practice. Reminding yourself that intention is what matters here, not how long you practice for, not how good you consider yourself to be, not how fancy your tools are, how much money you spend on them. That does not matter. That does not make you a witch, and that does not make you a yogi. What we look for is intention, an honest heart, a kind heart. So feel inspired by you, feel inspired by the coven, and feel inspired by the supermoon as you take a moment to remind yourself of your intention, whatever it might have been. Resting in your child's pose, 5 more breaths, in through the nose and out through the nose. For the final part of this flow, we're going to connect heaven to earth here. So maybe if this supermoon is bringing up a lot of emotions or making you feel overwhelmed, we're going to kind of reset and restore the balance in the body and in our chakras. So we're going to come into a headstand. Now you don't need a headstand to rebalance the chakras. You can concentrate on a 10 breath dolphin pose or perhaps a 10 breath down dog pose. Remember, one pose is not better than the other. Intention is what we search for. So all together, coven, we inhale. And we exhale. On your next breath, we're going to press the hands into the mat and roll to tabletop. From tabletop, we drop onto the forearms. Perhaps if you have a headstand, you can come to your headstand. If you have a dolphin pose, you can take dolphin pose or meet me in a down dog. But wherever you are, we're going to find our way into our pose. Remember, if you're coming to headstand, 95% of the weight is in those forearms. Tuck the toes under, and we lift all the way up. Ooh, my first headstand in a while. Holding 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the feet back to the mat and relax all the way down. Giving that forehead a massage from left to right. And today we're actually going to find a little bit of a mini shavasana in our child's pose. Palms flipped towards the sky, third eye connected with the earth. Just giving ourselves a moment to ease the body. Giving yourself a moment of acknowledgement for coming to the mat. Sending out love and positivity to all the souls that joined us as a coven. And taking a chance in your child's pose to honour and bow low to the magic of the supermoon. For healing, empowering and inspiring us. When you're ready from here, we're going to place the hands into the mat. In your own time, gently rolling the body from your child's pose, cross the ankles and find your way in to a grounding seated position. Rolling the shoulders away from the ears and bringing the hands to the knees, flipping the palms to the sky. Finishing today's supermoon practice with 3 cleansing breaths. So on our inhale, we're going to fill the lungs, fill the belly, holding at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, on the 1. Sigh all the way out. 2 more times. Inhale. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale. Inhale. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale. Bring the palms to heart center, thumbs touch the sternum. And as you drop chin to chest with gratitude, you're going to blink those eyes open into the tops of the fingertips before we bow low and bring those thumbs between the eyebrows, sending gratitude and love to ourselves for coming to the mat, to all those who came together as a collective coven, and as always from me to you, thanking you for allowing me into your journey as both a witch and a yogi. Thanking you once again for joining me here today as we honour the beauty of the supermoon. It is a really special time in the lunar calendar, so I hope that you have a gorgeous evening celebrating, maybe journaling, maybe doing some magic work, or maybe simply creating magic through your movement today. But don't forget, I do upload 2 moon-based flows every single month, a new moon and a full moon. And I also have a private membership area on my YouTube channel called the COVEN, where there are exclusive flows and a beautiful little community where we chat. We kind of come together with collective ideas, and it's just a really kind, inclusive, and just gorgeous space. But keep an eye out, my yogis and my witches. There is a brand new yoga course coming in October called Wake the Witch, and this is going to be a 7-day yoga workshop where we find and explore the relationship between yoga and witchcraft. So to keep up to date with that, make sure you subscribe to my channel. But sending so much love, sending so much healing from my mat to yours, and I cannot wait to see you again here soon. Blessed be.